In the whirlwind world of reality TV, where drama often overshadows genuine moments, one star emerges as a beacon of normalcy, and his story might just tug at your heartstrings more than you expect. Jordan Keltner, from Love is Blind Season 9, has captured fans' hearts as the show's most relatable participant, navigating love, family, and fame with a down-to-earth charm that feels refreshingly authentic. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite his regular guy vibe, his journey reveals deeper layers about vulnerability, unexpected twists, and the blurred lines between public personas and private lives. Stick around, because we're diving into his recent revelations that could change how you view relationships on TV, and maybe even spark a debate or two. And this is the part most people miss: the subtle ways his experiences highlight the human side of fame, from quirky habits to heartfelt confessions. Reality television often thrives on eccentric characters, ranging from egotistical antagonists to oblivious personalities. But Jordan Keltner stands out as a rare exception. Dubbed by online communities as the most grounded contestant on Love is Blind, a popular Netflix dating series where participants form connections without seeing each other, Jordan instantly endeared himself by entering the pods as a devoted single dad. He openly discussed raising his young son, Luca, who lives with type 1 diabetes, a chronic condition where the body doesn't produce insulin, requiring careful management through diet, blood sugar monitoring, and insulin injections to prevent serious complications like hyperglycemia or hypoglycemia. This vulnerability made him a fan favorite, even as he insists he's just an everyday guy. And yet, he's proven his appeal through unusual rituals like blending chicken into smoothies flavored with Crystal Light and consuming them in under 30 seconds. But let's not get sidetracked by that peculiar breakfast hack. Throughout the season, viewers followed Jordan's evolving romance with Sparkle, Megan Walerius, a fellow contestant whose full story you can explore in our interview with her here. Their paths diverged before reaching the altar, as Megan leaned toward a more extravagant lifestyle while Jordan embraced a relaxed, uncomplicated approach. Fast forward to post-show developments. Megan has welcomed a baby into her life. With the reunion episode now out, this bombshell news and Jordan's rise as the season's golden boy prompted our team at Decider to sit down with the 30-year-old star. He candidly discussed his transition from online dating to televised marriage proposals, the reason behind concealing his tattoos, and how an Instagram message unexpectedly uncovered Megan's pregnancy. I believe it was around the time the cast list was revealed, or perhaps during the initial episodes, when I received a direct message from an anonymous account with 0 followers, Jordan recalled. It included private details about the show, which felt odd. The message started with Ex-Megan in all caps, followed by something like, "I've got some intriguing info for you that might interest you ahead of the reunion." Keep reading for the complete Decider conversation with this Love is Blind Season 9 alum. Decider. Jordan. Fans have hailed you as one of the season's top green flags, a term for positive, trustworthy qualities. Online, people have humorously linked your success to those chicken smoothies. How do you handle the praise and your status as a beloved figure this season? Jordan Keltner. Honestly, I'm making a conscious effort to avoid reading comments, whether they're positive or negative. Ultimately, I'm just your average person, and that's something I'll always stand by. That said, I truly value the kindness and support from everyone. I'm focused on staying humble, so steering clear of the feedback helps with that. It's pretty cool, though. Regarding those famous smoothies, they became a standout moment. Can you explain the inspiration, and why not just cook and season the chicken traditionally? Well, I stumbled upon the idea a few years back on TikTok, in a bodybuilding video. I've been searching for the original creator to give proper credit, since it wasn't my invention. It just seemed practical. And as a solo parent juggling a full-time job, I'm always on the lookout for ways to streamline my routine. Through some experimentation, I discovered that skipping seasonings makes it less poultry-flavored, and adding citrus-flavored MIO or Crystal Light masks any leftover taste. My aim? to grab an extra 10 minutes of sleep each morning. Folks suggest just eating the chicken normally, but I counter, sure, or you could simply drink it. I usually finish one in about 30 seconds. Yes, I time it. Not sure if that's a red flag, but it's all about powering through the day efficiently. I'm fascinated by your tattoos. Luca's mother expressed concerns about potential backlash, and you kept them hidden from Megan during the pod dates. What's the backstory, your connection to them, and the reason for the initial secrecy? I began getting tattoos because my parents were very strict about not doing so. And the culture around it. Visiting shops and sharing stories really drew me in. It felt like a rebellious yet creative outlet. With Megan, I was fully committed to the show's concept and didn't want external factors like tattoos to influence her opinion one way or another. So, I fudged the truth a bit, and I apologize for that white lie, but it was to keep the focus on genuine connection. White lies can be harmless in certain contexts. But let's pivot to your dynamic with Megan. She recently shared that she's become a mother. What were your first thoughts upon hearing this? Did you offer any guidance on parenting? Absolutely not on the advice front. That's a key rule for me. People raising kids rarely seek unasked for tips, especially on touchy topics, and I've learned that firsthand. When I heard the news, it didn't shock me at all. I simply responded, "That's fantastic. I'm thrilled for you." I knew becoming a parent was a big dream for her, and I'm overjoyed she achieved it. I kept things respectful and non-intrusive. It's not my place to probe into her situation. I just wished her and her family all the best in health and joy. At the reunion, you mentioned an Instagram outreach attempting to create drama about Megan's pregnancy. Can you elaborate on what transpired and your response? As I said earlier, it came right after the cast announcements or early episodes. A DM from an account with no followers, packed with show insider details, which struck me as suspicious. It was labeled ex-Megan in caps, offering juicy information I might want before the reunion. I snapped a screenshot and reached out to Megan, either via message or call, because I'd heard whispers beforehand but hadn't thought to check in. With the reunion looming, it felt off, like someone was trying to cause trouble. My priority was alerting her for her safety, giving her space to set boundaries and prepare. That's how we first discussed it. You frequently talked about your motivations for joining Love is Blind, emphasizing a serious commitment to finding a real partnership. Yet, post-show, you're not pursuing anything deep and are sticking to casual outings. What shifted your perspective? That's a solid question. I suppose the experience somewhat dampened my enthusiasm for dating. And above all, I want to shield my son. In hindsight, it might have been a bit reckless to involve him in something like that. It wasn't his fault, or Megan's, or the producers. It was entirely my call to bring Luca into the mix. I need to maintain clear boundaries for both our sakes. So I won't be introducing him to potential partners anytime soon. That's where the line between casual and serious blurs for me. What led to the choice not to include Luca on camera? I was torn 50-50, but his mom was firmly against it. I communicated that to the crew. Her veto on his privacy was final. In the end, I fully supported it. People can be unpredictable, and Luca never agreed to the spotlight. You've noted personal growth from the show. Reflecting now, what's the most significant lesson you've taken away, both for yourself and in how you handle relationships? I used to be heavily into online dating, which is worlds apart from the pod experience. You judge someone in a split second based on a photo, often superficially. You might end up on a date with someone stunning but completely incompatible beyond appearances. The pods taught me to approach connections with more intention. Given your rising popularity, what's on the horizon? Would you consider more reality TV like Perfect Match or another Netflix series? Or are you stepping back from the limelight? I'd love to explore entertainment in some capacity, though probably not another dating show. I've already tackled that, so I'd proceed cautiously, especially regarding my son. Could I meet someone and tie the knot on TV again? Definitely, or I wouldn't have entered initially. But dating-focused reality might be off the table. My real aspiration is dancing with the stars. I'm manifesting that. Who would you pick as your dance partner? Someone patient who could teach me a ton. Definitely a requirement. Do you consider yourself a skilled dancer? I'd say yes in my mind, but viewers might disagree. The fun is what counts. Fingers crossed for Jordan on Dancing with the Stars. It's happening. I can feel it. This conversation has been condensed and clarified for readability, but here's where it gets controversial. Jordan's decision to keep his tattoos hidden raises eyebrows about authenticity in reality TV. Was it a harmless tactic to focus on personalities, or does it undermine the show's premise of blind connections? And this is the part most people miss. His protective stance toward parenting advice, don't give unsolicited tips, might seem wise, but in an era of viral parenting debates, does it discourage helpful sharing? What do you think? Is Jordan's regular guy image a refreshing contrast to showmanning, or just another scripted role? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with his boundaries, or see room for counterpoints? We'd love to hear if you've ever navigated similar dilemmas in relationships or fame.